the Mini Ranga. An attempt at a trio base that really does it all. I have worked with the best builders of all group sizes, ranging from the mere solos to the Zergs, combining their expertise and either scaling it up or down to fit a trio. The result, what I believe to be the best trio base in Rust right now. And if you don't believe me, stick around for the tour and see for yourself. Welcome back everyone, my name is Lackey and today I present to you the Mini Ranga, a trio quad base that starts out as a simple 2x1 which we all know and love. This base is completely packed with features such as hidden compound bunkers, a seawall and compound requiring no large furnaces to seal any gaps, and a split second floor loot area which makes it super tanky in case you get pummeled. And of course it has a 360 wide gap shooting floor with some nasty headridge peaks. It also features a concept I haven't worked with before called reverse waterfalls, allowing not only for roof to compound mobility but also the other way around. All of this comes in at an affordable cost in Upkeep, and the footprint is tight, which makes sure that you can fit it anywhere. Kicking off today's tour, you can see that we're entering one of our two gatehouses, and as you can see it's neatly airlocked so you can stay away from the range of the DB, and we also have this nice window for some vision out there. And to the left and to the right, if we go inwards, you can see that we have some patricos that both peek inside and outside the seawall, which makes them very effective in case you get roam raided. And right here you can see that we have some nice turret coverage behind the seawall, as well as showcasing once again that you can't fit through the gaps. Entering our compound bedrooms, I will once again be showcasing the hidden bunkers. It's starting to catch a bit of recognition after Goliath showcased them in one of his videos, so some people are aware of it, but it can also work as a nice bait so that people just waste 14 rockets on your bunkers. And to seal them back up, all you have to do is place this triangle floor and make it metal once again. And right now I'll be showcasing how nicely the bedrooms connect to your reverse waterfalls. And as you can see right now, the funnel entrance protects our entrance very well so that you can leave and enter your base without any issues. Now entering the second floor, you'll see that this doesn't look like your typical 2x1 second floor, but I promise you that's sort of what makes this base so great. Now right here you can see our main TC upkeep, which is very doable for any duos, trios or quads that might attempt this base. And one other thing, you might see that I'm not really overusing barrels here. It's because I really wanted the base to work without them, and I think I succeeded quite well. Now this floor will be your main living area, so keep stuff that you won't have quick access to up here. I added this barrel loot room for some extra storage, which also acts as a peak if the wall gets broken. Now the side to the left, which connects to our starter, will be called the starter side, and the one I'm dropping down to right now will be called the vault side because of the vault loot room. And down here we got our main battery, a tier 2 which we can wire up for some auto crafting, and our vault loot room which is very tanky in a pummel. Now from our main living area we have two ways up, one on the vault side, which I'm showcasing right now, with some great one-way retakes. And the center one has some nice retakes as well. Now going through this door right here, we will be entering our shooting floor, and as you can see we have some nasty shotgun traps here which will completely demolish any raiders trying to take control of the shooting floor. We also have some very nasty patrico angles, and yeah, it's 360 wide gap as you can see right here, and the self ankle biters are covered to basically eliminate the possibility of them being used against you. Now from shooting floor we have three different ways up, one on both the starter and the vault side, which has some great one-way retakes to roof, and one in the center. Now these bedrooms will probably be the best bet you have to defend an online raid, so make sure to stock them up so that you are prepared in case of a raid. Our roof has some pretty nice peaks all over, and you can see that we have some downwards, some general and some patricos as well, making sure that you leave no blind spots. This right here showcases the beauty of these reverse waterfalls. They contain retakes into your shooting floor, making it so that if they control your core and your shooting floor beds, you can still spawn in compound and get up there and defend. This is the central mobility, and as you can see, it also has some decent retakes onto your roof and connects well to your shooting floor as well as your main living area. And last but not least, I will be showcasing our external TCs. Right here is the Upkeep. It's the same on the other side, so just imagine it mirrored. And to disconnect them in case your main TC gets blown, you do this, and then you can replace the main TC. And once you or your mate has replaced it, all you do is place back this frame and upgrade it to metal once again. Okay guys, starting off today's tutorial, we'll be making a 2x1 with the airlock to the right. You can also mirror it if you'd like, but this is the optimal door rotation that I've found. And then right here we'll be placing our TC. And then we'll be placing in a double door like that. Now, coming out on the outside here, we'll be making a shelf on the inside. So right here you can place your boxes, etc. And as soon as you want to, you can expand this into the second floor. Now you might not have a garage door at this point, so I recommend making this a furnace in the meantime, or maybe even 3 of them. Then we are going to make this little jump up right here. I recommend doing it like this in the meantime. You can also make this a wooden floor if you prefer. And right here we'll have a single door. Now here we can make this to a loot room instantly, or you can leave it open for any deployables that you might want early game. Dropping down here, we'll be now making our entrances to the second floor, and they are quite simple. So all you're gonna have to do is place in this, and then you might want to do this. You can do it from the outside as well, and then you place in this, and just like that we have our entrance. And I recommend getting windows on these as soon as possible, and just like that we have our second floor done. Now continuing upwards, we'll be replacing this with a garage door, and right here we will be placing a single door. If you are a trio or quad, I recommend making this a double door for some better quality of life. And we can also place this embrasure here as soon as possible and place this floor, so we get a nice little roof retake. And right here is going to be our third floor loot room, just like that. And now if you wanted to have the barrel loot room that I showed in the video, you make this a window, otherwise you just seal it off with a wall. And on either of these sides we'll be placing a half wall like that, and you can place a ramp or a bed here depending on what you'd like. I will place a ramp, and just like that we have some mobility up to our roof again. Now all of these will of course be garage doors eventually, so I'll make them that instantly. Now continuing this base, we're going to be going to the vault side and be placing out the foundations just like this. And you can make this window whenever, and this will be the garage door that leads into it, and in here we will have the battery. Now we'll make the entrance here just like before. Placing this makes it very easy to jump up here, and I will be placing in the drop boxes right there. And I recommend placing this as soon as possible. Sometimes it might be blocked, but then you have to just make sure that you have like no barrels or something down here. And if you do, just remove them. And we'll place this right there, and place the shelf inside of there too. Now we'll make the jump up, and the boxes here, I recommend just using normal boxes even if you have barrels, because it's way easier to reach these. So you'll just have to like try and find a position that works. They can be a little bit annoying to place, but it should be fine. Just like that. Okay. Now we'll seal off this side. And right here I placed our tier 2 latent wipe and made it a med autocrafter. And right here we'll have our second jump up to the roof. So you can add this in whenever you want. And just leave it like that. You can also make these rooms right here if you prefer. That's my bad. This is supposed to be a full wall. Okay. Now what we are going to do is come outside. I will be using symmetry here because it's symmetrical on all sides as of now. So just build up our honeycomb like that. And on these, they go all the way to the 3rd floor. Not on these ones though. This one only goes to 2nd. And as you can see, the same thing happened here on the other side. Okay. So jumping up here, I will now be placing all the doors. And there we go. Now you can make this single door right here again if you want to, or make it a double door depending on if you are 3 or more people that are going to be living in this space. Now make sure to also seal this in, and as you can see we have some great early game retakes up to our roof right now, and this should be a door. Okay, now we'll be making our external TCs, and to do that I will be turning on symmetry once again, so whatever I'm doing on this side you should do on the other side as well. So place this. All of this that is in twig is just a build out. So place square, triangle, and then 3 squares and top it with a triangle. Now remove the first 3 triangles and build back with half moon. Remove all of that. And then we will remove the rest of this right here. And we will be placing just like this. Now what you can do is put all of these inner ones to metal and place frames on these like so. This way they won't decay. Now this is going to be our triplet bunker in compound, and for that you want to make a triangle to the right with 2 half walls on top, and then you want to place this triangle frame right there, and you will clip the foundation into it. And if you see now, if you place this triangle floor right there, it will pop. And for it to continue working you have to have this raised as well, and then make a lowered foundation right here. Now for the externals, I'm going to place a triangle outside of this triangle, then go out 3 squares and top it with 3 triangles. Make sure that the center wall right here will be 2 half walls, and then place a single door like that. And you can now fill in the two wool cupboard on each side. Now to connect this, we will be placing these right here and placing the external right here as well. Now place a single door there, a garage door there, and also top it off with a window. And if all of this is metal, it will be 7 rockets to disconnect it, which is very cool. Alright, and over top of here we'll be placing a low wall, so that, or a half wall, so that it doesn't give any stability to the bunker. And then we can just wall it in like so. Now we want to come inside. Now we want to come to the... Okay, so for now I will be using symmetry because the build out is the same on the each side. So to make the funnel, we'll build out 5 squares like that, top with a triangle, and then remove all of the 5 squares that we have just placed. Now we want to do 2 half moons back, remove all of the triangles except the last one, and place in a square. And now I will be turning symmetry off again, okay? Because now it's going to be a little bit different on each side. So now we want to upgrade all of these foundations to metal. And for the starter side, what you want to do is you want to place in this right here, and then build up that frame. And then we want to remove this triangle again. And you want to do the same for this side. So place in that, and then the frame, and then remove that. Now what you can do is upgrade this on both sides, so these should stay. And then you place a frame on each of the triangle floors, and then you place in a triangle roof like that. Now you should be able to still place a triangle floor below for some extra stability. So let's do that on both sides. And then we will be going up top to our roof. And right here we will place in the last triangles on each side. And then later on we will be placing roofs like that, but never mind that for now. Going over to this side again, you want to upgrade all of this to metal. So on the vault side, you upgrade all of that to metal, and then you place in the floors like that. Okay, and now before you place in the roofs, you want to place these triangles right here. So with those placed, now we're going to place 2 frames on each side right here and top it with triangle roofs. And now it should all be connected. So if I upgrade this side to HQM, I can go and check the upkeep on main. It's HQM, okay. And if I downgrade that again, it doesn't let me. Okay, the entire server is lagging. If I downgrade that again, you can see that the HQM is gone, and test the other side as well. And now there should be HQM on here. Okay, so now we know that each of these sides are connected. Then we can continue on with the compound. So for the compound, I will now be turning on symmetry again. You want to be placing on each gatehouse, you want to do this, and then you want to top it with a half wall. And then we will be placing this just to make sure that all of this is placeable later. We place it in now before the high walls go up. And place in a door like that, and then we can add in the our single doors right there. And I recommend having a skin with holes in them. I like this one because you can like peek just outside. And that's pretty much it for the gatehouse. Now, taking a high external wooden wall, we will be placing them in like this. So you want to basically fit them as flat as possible, like that. Do the same on the other side, so try to make it as flat as possible. And there we go. Now right here we will be placing in our high walls like this. Just try and make it flush against this. And you can see that this easily slides in there. And for the other side, we will be doing the same thing. So place this right here. And our high wall slides in perfectly right there. And for barricades, we will be placing one on each gatehouse like that. And for this one, you want to make these temporary triangles. And then you want to place it as far as possible out to the right and in the center of the triangle. Like that. And we can do the same thing here. And then we can just remove it like this. Now you have your compound up. And I will be making the seawall instantaneously. So for that, this has to be a stone frame. I will be using stone now. And this also has to be stone, and you have to have the conditional pop right here. It's even a little bit better if you have brutalist, but it doesn't really matter. And for the rest, it can all be wood up here. Now for the other side, we do the exact same thing. So, oh, we have to add in this, of course, because we didn't do that before. So add in those, and then place stone frames on top of it. And right here, we will be making that into metal. And then we place stone half walls and a frame like that. And the conditional should be here as well. And it works best with brutalist, as I said before. Yeah, and even this should be stone if you want it to be 100% secure on that side, but it should not matter too much. If they are going through there, you should likely be able to kill them anyway, and since you don't have any furnaces in your compound, it's probably fine. Now for the compound bedrooms, we want to have a double door with a window to the left. And at this window, you place this right here. And you want to slide this box as far in as possible. And if you remove this, you should be able to place this roof. Otherwise, this box is blocking it and you need to get it further in. And I will be showing how you place the bed on this because it's a little bit tricky. But on the bed, you can see that it has like 2 legs on each side. You want the leg to be cross like on this foundation and not on this roof, and it should be staying up once you place in the roof to open the bunker. Yep, just like that. Nice. Then we know that everything works as it's supposed to, and we can place a double door there and a window here for some early game defense capabilities. Now we will be, for some reason, oh, I forgot to symmetron. Okay, well, anyway, like that, and these can still be wood. And then we do the same thing on this side. Once again, placing the bed. Make sure that it doesn't explode. Okay, you see, I just placed the box incorrectly. So, it needs to get in there. There we go. And the bed stays and we're fine. Placing the door and the embrasure and we're good to go. Now we want to continue up to our roof again, or what will be our shooting floor. And right here, you want to place a half wall with a frame on top, and then you want to place a window on top of that frame. And you can upgrade all of that to metal eventually. And then what you want to do is come on this and placing that frame right there. Now you should do this for the other sides as well. So place in the low wall, frame on top, and upgrade the window on the frame, and then you can jump on top of here and place in the last frame. And to protect these from the outside, we will be placing roofs in this, if it will let me. There we go. Upgrade to Brutalist. Come over to the other side. Upgrade to Brutalist. I recommend these being Brutalist or shipping container. Just makes your life way easier later. Okay. Now for the entrance onto our shooting floor, we will be doing this. And the single door will be our entrance. Now dropping down into compound, we will be placing frames that go all the way up. These should be metal to block less vision. And as you can see, we've placed them all like this. Now we will go into the shooting floor again, and we can place in our wide gap floors. So this will be asymmetrical once again. On this you want to place window, half wall and a window to the left, and then the rest will just be normal windows. And right here we can place in frames with a roof on top. And right here will be our doors to cover up the gaps from the wide gaps, so that we don't get shot without us wanting it. Oops. Don't remove that. Okay, there we go. And now we can place windows on this as well. Then just fill in the entire roof like that. Now, symmetry off again. Remove this. Place in this. Just like that. We can add in another ramp right there, so we can retake easier. Add in a frame right there. This one already has a frame, that's good. The frame just makes sure that you can't, so it's harder to shoot back at you. You see, it blocks extra angles. And I would add in a triangle floor right there, and then just make half walls all the way around up here. Just like that. And to the left and to the right, we're placing single doors, and in front a window. Now just fill in these doors. Make sure this open outwards so we can get that one-way airlock. And then we have the window right there. Now for this side, which will be the vault side, as you can see, we will be making our bedrooms with the retakes to roof. And to do that, all you have to do is place this, and these protects your self ankle biters, so raiders can't use them against you, so it's only you who can use them. And if you're struggling with placing these, you can come to the inside and place them. And for this side, we want to do the same thing, just place in the low walls like that. And right here we want to make this a triangle floor. This can be anything, it will just hold some kits. And right there we have our first jump up to roof. And for the bed placement, I will be showing it once. You want to pretty much slide this bed in as far as possible. And you want to be able to fit this other bed somehow. Okay, anyway, moving on. We now have our one-way roof retakes. Very nice. And that's only on the one side though. So we want to do this on the other side as well. So you can place these in already. And place half walls all the way around. You can place a ramp below if you want some boxes here. It's completely up to you. And we will be placing a window to the left and to the right. And right here we'll add in another triangle. Now do the same thing to cover up the... That roof should not be there, that's my bad. Doesn't matter too much though, it's just a convenience. Okay, now we have some more one-way retakes to roof. And we'll add in this. Just the exact same as the other side. and then we add in the double door. Okay, now our shooting floor is pretty good to go. But to make it even stronger, we want to build up these frames like that. Okay, do that on each side. This should be symmetrical now. The rest of the base is symmetrical from this point onwards, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then we want to get on top of the frames right here. So we place a single triangle floor right here, and then we can build up the frames again. And on this side I recommend you place a normal floor, and on this side you place a floor frame, because this will be our ladder hatch later. And you can add in the netting here whenever. If you're building this base, it can be good to know that if raiders start using your reverse waterfall against you, it's about 1 AK mag to shoot them out. So you can shoot out the netting so the raiders can't use them anymore. And we will be placing in all of this just as showcased in the tutorial, or in the tour rather. And place all of this just like that. Triangle ladder hatch goes there. This double door can be quite finicky to place if you place it after the roof, but there are ways to place it. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes you'll just get it. And it can open inwards or outwards, it doesn't really matter. And right here we'll be able to add in a little slot for a barrel, just extra storage that you can hide. And that is the turret pod done for the roof. And right here we'll make this the brutalist peaks, or the patrico peaks on each side. So just add in triangle or low walls on top of that, and then add a window to the outside. And for these sides you can do it just like this. Yeah. And this is the preferred placement of the ramps. So right here I will place them pointing outwards, just like that. And all of these facing inwards. To get the shotgun trap you will have to come down here. And sadly Face Punch has somehow fucked up ramps even more, so it can be very tricky to place, especially if you have bad ping like me at the moment. But this is the orientation you have to go in to sort of be able to get them down. There you go. That's a decent shotgun trap. These are very good to catch raiders off guard. Imagine if they will be blowing through here, and then they just run here and they get instantly headshot by the raiders. Okay, and of course I forgot to do this, but you should be able to place in these from some sides at least. So just place in these embrasures right there. I think you can figure that out for yourself. And on top of here we want to be placing this ramp pointing out from the door, and this one should be facing this side. I also recommend flipping this window, but it doesn't really matter too much, it just looks better. And right there you have your nice shooting floor retakes. So now we will be making our windmill modules, which are the same on each side. Coming up here, place the box like this, and these can be wood, it doesn't matter, it's just to make it harder to stand behind the windmill. So you can add in the windmills now, and as I said before, on the vault side you will have your main battery. This is honeycombed and you can make it super strong. Yeah, so I would use that one for turrets personally, but it's basically a guessing game for the raiders which one you use, okay? And if you want this right here, you have to place it now before placing the roofs. Otherwise it won't work. But it's not too important, you really don't need them that much. And placing the chain links like that. Now I will be placing in all of our turrets, so there is one on each side of these. And on this side as well. Can be placing him like this. Now we want to be able to slide in this window right here, like that. And you can even place this embrasure right here, just for some extra visibility. And on top of here you can place low walls. Doesn't matter what B grade, they just... I usually leave them wood because I don't care about them. And on top of here we'll be placing in some barricades just so people can't camp up here. And then you can remove these supporting triangles. And back here we'll place in the last barricades that go on the base, like that. So now it's really hard for raiders to be able to camp you. You can also add them in right there if you feel like it. And that is pretty much it for the shooting floor done, and roof as well actually. So continuing onwards, we want to finish our compound, which is not symmetrical at the moment. But it's very easy to finish up. You just make the patrico peaks on each side. And nice, okay. I am sorry that the build server is lagging while I'm building. It's very much out of my control. Builder Sanctuary has been lagging for a while now, and it's really sad. And right now we can fit in the turrets up here. And what I usually do in wipe is I try to fit some more barricades up here just to make it harder for people to jump over. It's not necessary, but end of wipe you usually have a lot of metal blades, so it doesn't really matter. Keep placing in the chain links all the way around. This floor should not be there. And coming around to this side, we will do the same right here. Just place in all of this. You can place low walls here if you want to, or here. Completely depends on what you're feeling. Make the patricos here again. And we can come on top of here, placing our chain links. For some reason I forgot to place this frame right here, but make sure that this one is normal stone so people can't jump through. Placing the barricades on top again. And finish up with chain links here. The last thing to do is placing in all the last compound turrets, and we have even more right here. And I usually place a ladder here on each side, makes it very easy to jump out. This one shouldn't be there either. And that's pretty much it. You also have a lot of turrets to spare, so you can add them in wherever you want. I usually place one on each side like that. In shooting floor, as shooting floor is your main defense in this base. So you kind of want this to be as protected as possible. But yeah, that is it for the Mini Ranga. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been working very hard on it, and I'm really proud of this one. If you have any suggestions on what I can improve, or what you like about the base, don't like about the base, make sure to let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video.